Okay, so I'm getting ready to leave for Europe, so I figured I would show you what I'm taking. I'm taking this JMJ Mustang bass. It's a short scale bass, and you can see it's barely closing here. It's because I'm using a guitar case. The reason I'm using a guitar case is because it's way easier to get this in the overhead bin than a full-scale bass case. I really do think these are the best cases that I know about for bass or guitar. Let me know if there's something that I don't know about. It's a lot of storage. They're really strong, really good zipper. I've had this for years and it's really held up for me. So if you have a Mustang, they will fit in a standard mono case. You're just barely on the corner there, but I would rather have it like that and get it in the overhead bin than have to gate check it. Sometimes you still have to gate check, but you have a really good chance this way. And then I've got the tick here, and these are great because you could put a tiny pedal board in them, or you could do what I do and use this for all of my personal stuff that I want on the plane. So you can detach this. These connect here and here, so it can stay on your back while you're walking through the airport. But then when you're getting on the plane, you can put this up in the overhead bin, and then you can take this thing off. And inside here, I've got all my stuff for the plane. I've got my passport. I've got headphones. I like to keep like canvas bags like this to keep all the random little tiny stuff together. So I've got cables and headphone adapters and random stuff in here, so it's not all floating around. Yes, I do have a beekeeping book. I am learning to become a beekeeper. That's a goal of mine. And then this thing's great. It's a power adapter, so it's got all these little USB ports on it. But then what's cool is you can have whatever power you need based on whatever country you're in. So we're going to be in the UK as well as the EU while we're over there, so I'll be able to use the power for whatever I need, which is great for this. So this whole thing zips up tidy, rides on the back, and then when you're ready to actually sit down on the plane, this goes in the overhead bin, and then this is going to go under the seat, and I'll have everything I need for the flight. So I'm checking 2 bags. We're going to be over there for like 2.5 weeks, so I am checking a suitcase with all my clothes in it. But then I'm also checking this Pelican case, and if you aren't hip to Pelican cases, they're really good. They're expensive, but they're worth it. They're indestructible. They're waterproof. You can run them over and they'd be fine. I am a fan of tobacco pipes, so I'm taking along some good tobacco in my Cashwell pipe. So in this mono case, I've got tripod so I can make videos for you. I've got this Zoom recorder, the F6. This thing's really cool. It's 6 pre's. You can send phantom power to 6 XLR cables. It's a great little mobile battery-powered mixer. So I'm going to take this so I can record shows and record ambience and just record whatever I want to. Okay, so let's talk about the pedals that I'm taking. So this Roofman gig, we recorded this record a year ago in Hamburg to tape, and the producer, Johan, wanted me to play with some different pedals, which I did. And to do this record properly, I do need to have a couple effects, mainly fuzz, tremolo, and reverb, which are not necessarily conventional bass pedals, but I think for this music and this album, it sounds really cool. So I'm taking these along. And then here's the big question. So I've got these 2 bass rig pedals from Origin Effects. They actually sent these to me, so I have to decide which one I like better. So I'm going to be auditioning these back and forth throughout our time over there. The blue one is more SVT-ish, and the black one is more Fender Bassman-ish. So 2 iconic sort of bass amps that these pedals are emulating. The cool thing about these pedals, I've been playing with them the last week, kind of getting ready for the show. So far, I really like them. There are a lot of things together. They're analog circuitry. The drive sounds great. They have XLR outs. They have cab sim. They have EQ, a really good EQ, multiple EQ controls, really nice drive sound, and they just sound nice. They sound really good. They're easy to use. They're intuitive to use. Really good build quality. They're heavy steel. I'm not going to get too deep into this. Isn't like a pedal demo video, but I'm just telling you, I think these are cool. They're not cheap, but I definitely see the value in these. The build quality is really good. They check a lot of boxes for me because they're a good DI, they're a preamplifier, they have a good EQ, they have good drive. So if I had to just check one bag and go to Europe, what I'd probably do is make a smaller board, and I would take this and this, and I would take a one spot that could power both of these, and that'd be my pedal board. And I could just put that in the tick, or I could put it in my checked suitcase with my clothes, and I'd be able to do this with less gear. But just because of this record, the Roofman record, I feel like I need to have a few more things. And then I've got extra cables and things down below, and I got a bag full of extra strings, extra patch cables, everything that I could need. I like having extra things because you don't know where you're going to be when something goes wrong. The other thing is I can take this out when we get there and carry it into the gigs if they're smaller gigs, but then when we're in the van, we can stack all of this in the Pelican case. I like hard shell stuff. I like having a hard shell suitcase and a hard shell Pelican case so that when we're packing, we don't have to worry about things getting damaged. So yeah, that's what I got. I'm excited. We're getting ready to leave here, and it's going to be an adventure.